You ever notice how most people think that the answer to money problems is just earn more, a bigger wage, more hours, better job promotion, second job, a side hustle. And don't get me wrong, earning more does help, yeah? But there are people on 30 grand surviving better than people on 80 because the real problem usually isn't income, it's behaviour. And nobody wants to hear that part. We live in this weird culture now where everyone acts rich while secretly being skint, yeah? Finance cars, monthly payments on everything, takeaway every other night, subscription after subscription after subscription. They don't buy things anymore, they just rent them with monthly payments. That's the trap. Because 15 quid a month, it doesn't feel expensive. Until you got Netflix, Spotify, Disney, Amazon, your phone contract, your gym that you don't go to, your car finance, your iPhone upgrade, your buy now, pay later, your credit cards. It's just death by 1,000 direct debits. And the dangerous bit is that a lot of this looks normal, yeah? That's what gets people. You look around and you think, well, everyone else has this stuff, yeah? And most people are stressed about money, yeah? Most people are one bad month away from a panic. One broken boiler, one job loss, one car repair. That's reality for loads of people. But nobody posts that part online. Social media absolutely turbocharges this as well, yeah? Because you don't just compare yourself to your neighbours anymore. You compare yourself to literally everyone. Some guy in Dubai, some influencer renting a Lamborghini for the afternoon. It's ridiculous. Some finance creator talking about passive income while selling you a course. It warps your brain. You start feeling behind even when you're actually doing all right. And that pressure makes people spend emotionally, not logically. You have a bad day. Oh, treat yourself. You worked hard. Oh, treat yourself. You're a bit sad. Treat yourself. But that mindset is expensive. Because tiny emotional spending becomes permanent financial leakage. You have coffee here, a snack there, random Amazon purchases, impulse TikTok shop rubbish. Individually, it's nothing big, but you keep repeating and repeating over years. It's massive. And here's the bit that nobody likes hearing. Most people don't know where their money goes, not properly. I think they do. But if you sat them down and asked, show me every pound from the last 30 years, most people couldn't. That's why budgeting matters. It's not exciting, it isn't. It's boring. But boring things work, yeah? It's the same with fitness, the same with business, same with relationships, although I'm not saying to my wife that our relationship is boring, yeah? But the boring stuff matters more than the flashy stuff. People want financial freedom, but they don't want the financial discipline. And it don't work like that. Discipline sounds harsh, but honestly, it's just awareness, yeah? You gotta know what comes in, what's going out, yeah? What's unnecessary, what's actually improving your life. Because some spending is worth it, yeah? Experiences, family days out, hobbies, good food, things that generally matter to you. But random consumption because you're bored, that's different. And honestly, a lot of companies are built around exploiting that boredom. Endless scrolling, one-click buying, flash sales, limited offers, notifications, ding, ding, ding. They are fighting for your attention constantly because that attention turns into spending. That's their business model. And if you don't consciously control your money, then something else will happily control it for you, and you're going to be paying for it. One of the biggest mindset shifts financially, as understanding this. Looking rich and being financially secure are not the same thing. Yeah? Some people with the flashiest lifestyles are drowning. Yeah? And some people are just living quietly with older cars, basic clothes, less showing off, and they're doing fine because they own their stuff. They've made it. Yeah? Their money works for them instead of just disappearing the second it arrives. I think a lot of people also underestimate how much stress debt creates mentally. Even if you convince yourself you're managing it, constant payments in the background change how you live, you become dependent on that next pay slip. It's a dangerous place to be. Because you can't make decisions freely anymore. You tolerate jobs that you hate. You panic about being off sick. Heaven forbid, there's an emergency and you've got to go. You lose that flexibility. And flexibility is so valuable. Yeah? It's one of the most valuable things that your money can buy. Not luxury, but options. And I'm not pretending that I've mastered all of this, by the way, yeah? I've wasted money. I've bought stupid stuff. I've made emotional decisions. I've ignored finances. Yeah, most people have. But I think the first real step financially is just becoming honest. Not influencer honest. Actually be honest, yeah? What do you earn? What do you spend? What's helping? And what's hurting? Because once you can see the problem clearly, you can actually change it. And the weird thing is, financial progress is usually slower and less glamorous than people expect. It's not get rich quick. It's not. It's just spend it a bit less, save a bit more. Avoid stupid debt like payday loans, things like that. Yeah. Improve your skills, increase your value that you give to the world, that you can then charge a price for, and then just wash, rinse and repeat. Yeah, that's it. That's the boring truth. But boring truth, it beats the exciting nonsense, yeah? Maybe that's the hardest part. Accepting that, real progress, it's not sexy, yeah? Whether it's your fitness or money, I don't know, business, confidence, relationships, it's consistency. It's not magic, it's not hacks, it's not motivation. It's just repeated decent decisions over time. Anyway, that's just something that I've been thinking about lately. And honestly, I think more people would just feel less trapped financially if they stop trying to look successful and focus more on just being stable first. Because stability doesn't look impressive online. In real life, it changes everything. Yeah? You choose how it ends.